Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Greybanks here. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all next week. In the meantime, I thought I'd share with you this lovely book. Here it is. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse, and it's by a man called Charlie Mackesy. Now this book is really, it's just fabulous. You don't have to read all of it, you can read little bits of it, and I'm going to share with you my favourite bits of it today. I'm just going to turn the camera around so that you can see the pages. So here's the first page I'd like to share with you. Let's have a look. So we've got a little boy sitting on the tree branch with a little mole, and the little boy says to the mole, "What do you think is the biggest waste of time?" And the mole says, "Comparing yourself to others." I wonder what that means. I know some of you have been getting upset because you couldn't do some of the writing when you've been doing your phonics work, and you were struggling to do the letter formation to make the letters look like ours. And remember, in one of my other videos I said it doesn't matter if your letters don't look like ours as long as you're trying. Okay, now some children can already do those letters and some children can't. It doesn't matter. You don't need to worry whether somebody else can do something that you can't. We're all different and you will get there eventually. Okay, here's another one. I love this one. It says, "I've learned how to be in the present." "How?" said the boy. "I find a quiet spot and shut my eyes and breathe." "That's good. And then?" "Then I focus." "What do you focus on?" "Cake," said the mole. It's quite funny, isn't it, at the end when mole's just focusing on cake. So what this is about is sometimes when you're feeling a bit sad or a bit angry and you get that feeling in your tummy and you're thinking, "Oh, I don't know how I feel, I want to cry and I want to throw my toys around and everything." What the little boy does with a little mole is he goes somewhere quiet and just has a little sit down and thinks. So what you could do is find somewhere in your house. Maybe you could go and sit in your bedroom, or you could go and sit on the stairs, on the bottom step of the stairs. You could just sit there and stop what you're doing, take yourself away from whatever's upsetting you, and sit down and just have a couple of moments on your own, just thinking. Close your eyes maybe. Close your eyes and listen. See what sounds you can hear. Okay? I want you to have a go at that next time you're feeling a bit worked up and a bit anxious or angry. Okay? So on this page, we've got the fox, the boy and the mole, and they're all going for a walk. And the mole says, "Being kind to yourself is one of the greatest kindnesses." Let's think about that. We're always told, aren't we, to be kind to our friends in school and at home. Your teachers are always saying to you, "Oh, you must be kind, you must share the toys." We're always saying things like that, aren't we? But you also need to be kind to yourself as well, okay? So you need to be kind to everybody, that includes yourself. So think about times when you're trying really hard to do something, and then I've heard some of you say, "I can't do it, I can't do it," and you get all angry and frustrated with yourself. But do you know what? As long as you're trying to do something, that's what counts the most. So be kind to yourself and say to yourself, "Well, I am trying." Don't think like negative, "I can't do it." Just think, if I keep trying, eventually I'll be able to do it. And be positive, be kind to yourself that you are doing the good thing in trying. Okay, so on this page we've got the horse, and he's walking through some water, and the water's very deep. Look, it's up to his body, and the little boy and the mole are sitting on the horse's back. The horse says, "Everyone is a bit scared, but we are less scared together." This is a good one. So next week we are coming back to school next Monday, and some of you haven't been at school since before Christmas, and that's been a very long time. and you might be feeling a little bit scared. Perhaps you've got that feeling in your tummy where it feels like the butterflies are going around and you're thinking, I don't want to go to school because I've been with my mummy or my grown-up for a long time and I don't want to leave them. But you know what? Everybody's going to feel the same. And like the horse says, we are less scared together. So when we're all together in the classroom, in our little caterpillar group, or bumblebees, butterflies or dragonflies, when we're all together, you won't feel as scared because everybody's going to feel the same and we're all going to help each other, aren't we? And we can turn that scared feeling into an excited feeling that we're all together again and we're going to do lots of exciting things. Okay, this page is one of my favourites. We've got the horse again and the fox and the little boy sitting on the horse and they're all walking down the road. And the boy asks the horse a question. He said, what's the bravest thing you've ever said? And the horse said, help. I love this. Do you know why? Because sometimes when you're trying to do something and you can't do it, you're struggling because it's a bit difficult. Sometimes you might need a little bit of help with it. So if you ask for help, if you be brave and ask for help, you will get the help and then you will be able to do it, okay? And this applies to anything, okay? If you're feeling sad, if you come to school and you feel sad and you don't know why, because sometimes we feel sad and we don't know why, then you can come to me or another grown-up and say, help, I feel sad, and we will help you, okay? That's what we are there for. All the grown-ups in school, right? If I'm not there, there'll be another grown-up there. We're all there to help you, okay? Always remember that. This page follows on from the last one about the horse saying the bravest thing he'd said was asking for help. So it says, asking for help isn't giving up, said the horse. It's refusing to give up. And this is really important as well because, again, what I've touched on before is about trying really hard to do things and not giving up. And just because you ask for help doesn't mean you're weak in any way. It means that you're really strong because you don't want to give up and you're going to do anything you can to do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, let's read this page. Sometimes, said the horse. Sometimes what? Asked the boy. Sometimes just getting up and carrying on is brave and magnificent. I like this one too. I remember in our playground outside, we've got those stepping stones, okay? And for some of you, they're quite high, aren't they? And I know you feel a bit scared, a bit wobbly when you get on them because you've got to put one foot in front of the other and you've got to balance, and sometimes you put your hand out for me to hold your hand. Sometimes some of you fall off. And remember the stilts with the strings on and you put your feet on? I've watched some of you on those as well, and you walk along and you fall off and then you get back on and you carry on. That is brave and magnificent because you keep trying, and that's really good. And I've watched some of you back in September and you couldn't walk on them, and now you're walking all around the playground. That's because you asked for help, because you asked for a grown-up to help you and you didn't give up. And you are brave and magnificent for carrying on. So well done. So this is the last page that I'm going to share with you. And we've got a picture of the horse lying down with the mole, the boy and the fox. The boy asks, what do we do when our hearts hurt? We wrap them with friendship, shared tears and time, till they wake hopeful and happy again. So what does that mean? This last year has been a bit tricky for lots of people, hasn't it? Because we've had this nasty illness and we haven't been allowed to come to school properly. We haven't been allowed to see our friends and our family, and we haven't been allowed to hug people like we would normally hug people. And it's been very tricky, hasn't it? But we've still all got our friends, haven't we? We may not be able to see them and hug them like we usually do, but we are still all here for each other. And sometimes we feel a bit sad about it and we cry, but we share those tears with our friends and our time as well. So like, if you can't see your friends, perhaps you could telephone your friends. I know we asked you as well if you could send us some videos. You could have sent a video in school saying hi to your friends, and then eventually we'd get to see each other again, and that time is going to come next week, isn't it, when we're all back at school. And we've still all got to be careful, and we've got to keep washing our hands and everything, but at least we'll be together, and we're going to have lots of fun in school, and we're going to learn lots of new things, and the weather's getting better as well, so that's going to make it nicer. So I hope you've enjoyed sharing my very special book with me today. It's an absolutely wonderful book, and as you can see, there's lots of pages in it. Look, there's lots more of those little pictures and quotes in there that you could listen to, but I can't do them all for you today. But perhaps if you've got this book at home, or if your parents could get you this book, then you could have a look at all the other pages as well. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. Perhaps you could draw me a lovely picture of your favourite part of this book that I've read to you today. Pop it in the post box, or email it, or save it and bring it in next week, and we can see it next week. Okay, I look forward to seeing you all. Stay safe. Bye bye.